Okay, so Luna's legs. I've sewn one up to show you this step. You're sewing the long piece and then the inside along the foot, but you leave this piece open because that's where your foot pad goes, and then you leave this bit open because that's where you stuff. If you're following the instructions in the book, it will tell you to hand stitch this piece and then you stitch this piece here, and then you kind of stop, you put on your foot pad, and then it tells you to like stuff and then sew up as you stuff, so you end up, which makes sense. When you go to turn this out, it isn't the easiest, it is a bit tricky, but it can be done, and I have done it. Obviously I've done it on the other Luna, but that method, if you're hand stitching, that does make sense. So I don't do it like that. Well, it's not that's the right way because Sarah designed it to be done a certain way for hand stitching. I've just adapted it to how I sew on the sewing machine. So let's do the long piece first. Right, so that's the long piece done, and then you do the angle piece. Oh, I've just jammed it up. Right, this is unthreaded on my, this bit here. Just rethreaded a minute. Obviously didn't like that bit, did it? Rethread her a minute. Go in, come on. Thank you. Right, let's try that again. So, not start right in the end this time. Done it all right. Okay, so now what I do is I clip I think we blanked out there a minute because it's telling me my phone's battery's low. I clip this little bit here. Just that curve there to make sure that when it turns it's got a bit of give. So now what the next bit is you open up your foot pad like that. Now this is shaped and it's fatter at the top and thinner at the bottom, and I've marked my marks on the back. So those lines correspond to the top and bottom seam of your foot. So and it does look bigger, it looks bigger than the foot you've got. So you line that bit up, the top seam, lots of pins. And then you do the same for the bottom. Kind of fan it out a bit, give it. And it kind of fits. I don't quite know how, but it does. How quiet it is considering all three children are at home. Homeschooling. Better not jinx it, it'll be down. Anyway, so yeah, you just kind of make it fit. Just realised you can see my picture of Grandad in the background. Love him. Miss him. Anyway. It doesn't look like it's going to fit, it's going to have creases, and that's fine. It's fine. I'm going to stuff it. It smooths it out. Makes it look lovely. Gosh. So what you do now is catch those two seams nice and carefully around the sewing machine. But ready. Here we go. So just kind of flatten it out. Ready? So with these seams, you want to tuck them under. Just keep them really flat. You just kind of press it out the whole way round. Push the pin down. Yep, it's all nice and flat still. That's good. Keep the pin slowly. See how I'm keeping it flat all the time, all the way around. And that should be contained. Oh, I've got a bit of a gap there. Got a tiny gap there. I'm just going to re-go over that bit just to make sure. Looks like it came off the seam. I'll tangled up my bobbin thread. Right, so it looks like I've got it now. See how it's gone? Now you just turn it out the right way. And then your leg is made. And you repeat this for the other one. It's not easy. Kind of have to get around that foot curve. There we go. Right, let's just pick that seam out of the foot. There we go, 1 foot done, well, 1 leg done. So what happens with this is when you stitch it, when you stuff it, you leave about 1 centimetre out, kind of flatten it out, and it gets stitched into the base seam allowance like that. And you'll notice when you stuff it that the foot pad's a little bit like bulbous and sticks out a little bit. You need to really firmly stuff the legs as well to make sure that they're nice and firm, hold their shape really well. So then you repeat that for the other leg and you have 2 legs done. Thank you for watching.